All right, everyone, gather round for day 5 of Peter's Stuff and Things. So, yesterday was wild. We made some, let's say, questionable merchandise. We got over 2,000 complaints. But somehow, people thought it was performance art. Day 5, everyone. Today, we're going big. I'm opening 5 new Peter's Stuff and Things locations all across Quahog. Brian seems to think that because one store is hard to manage, 5 will be impossible. But that's where he's wrong. It's like math. If one store is hard, 5 stores cancel each other out. Simple subtraction. Location 1, downtown Quahog, for the fancy people. Location 2, the mall, to get that sweet teenage money. Location 3, near the drunken clown for those drunk impulse buys. Location 4, by the highway, for all the lost travelers. And finally, location 5, Spooner Street, so my own neighbors can't escape my entrepreneurial genius. Lois tried to talk to me about capital and inventory and licenses. But listen, I've got $58,000. That's like $1 billion in poor people money. Of course, an empire needs an army. So I headed down to the clown to recruit my top-tier management team. Gentlemen, how would you like to be managers? Each of you gets a store. Cleveland was a little worried since he doesn't know anything about retail. Perfect. Neither do I. We can learn on the job. Then Joe brought up pay. I offered them a fair $15 an hour, plus a generous 2% commission. Quagmire pointed out that the merch falls apart. Exactly, it's art. You can't put a price on art. After some tough negotiations, we landed on a deal. $20 an hour, 5% commission, and unlimited Pawtucket Patriot Ale. Suckers, I was totally gonna go up to $25. Now for the setup. It was a whirlwind montage of retail brilliance. Quagmire got the fancy downtown location. It's a former meth lab with no windows, but that just adds mystery and history. You can charge extra for that. Cleveland got a prime spot in the mall. In the basement, right next to the bathrooms. It's a captive audience. They have to walk past to pee. Joe's store is conveniently located, right next to his house. He can just roll to work and provide free security. I gave Meg the highway location because no one can complain about asterisk specifically. They'll just be mad at the location. Genius delegation, right? Sure, it's a condemned gas station, but I called the mayor. He hung up, which legally means he didn't say no. And for Chris, the home base, our very own garage. Lois loves it. You can hear her. Enthusiastic support from inside the house. Grand opening day. We open all 5 locations at the same time. What could possibly go wrong? At Quagmire's exclusive downtown store, a customer asked what we sell. Quagmire, being a natural salesman, held up a broken cane and said, "This represents the fragility of modern relationships." "That'll be $8. The customer left giggity. Meanwhile, at the mall, some teenagers came into Cleveland's store specifically looking for the shirts that fall apart. They bought 10 of them to ruin their enemy's laundry. A sale's a sale, but I'm a little concerned about the motivation. Down at the Clam, a drunk guy stumbled into Joe's shop needing a last-minute anniversary gift. They bought 5 of our mugs, after Joe brilliantly pointed out that the face on the mug washes off, so you can reuse it for different occasions. I'm enabling poor life choices, but for a profit. Meg was dealing with a lost driver who desperately needed a bathroom. He didn't find one, but he did buy an authentic, artisanal crayon map for $10. And back at the garage, my neighbor popped in. Right before Lois started yelling about strangers being in our garage. Chris thinks Mom's gonna kill me, but I call it free advertising. And then everything went wrong at once. I'm juggling calls like a Wall Street trader. Quagmire S on their line, the health inspector S there because of the vintage mouldy sandwiches. I sent him. I told him to just say it's cheese. Then Cleveland calls mall security is shutting him down for not having a permit. I told him art doesn't need permits. Then Joe he arrested a guy for trying to steal a cocaine he thought was real gold. I told him it's metaphorical gold. Then Megabus load of angry tourists wants refunds for the artisanal rocks with faces drawn on them. No refunds. It's on the sign. We don't have a sign. Perfect. And finally, Chris calls. Mom says I have 1 hour to close the garage store or she's burning everything down. Don't worry, we have fire insurance. We don't have fire insurance, but she doesn't know that. Oh, wait, she heard me. I raced between the locations. Quagmire store was shut down after making a whopping $47. Cleveland S was evicted after making $600. Joe S made $300 but is now considered a public nuisance. Megs made $120 before getting shut down by a tiny protest. And Lois personally shut down the garage location after it made $83. So, to recap, all 5 locations failed. So, I did what any failed entrepreneur would do. I filmed a confession. Day 5, everyone. I tried to open 5 stores. All 5 failed. I lost almost $20,000. I'm not a good businessman. I thought I could do this, but I can't. I don't know what I'm doing. I posted the video and just walked away. 30 minutes later, my phone is exploding. 5 million views. The comments, they aren't laughing. They're saying I'm real, vulnerable, that I taught them it's okay to fail. And then the emails started. CNBC wants me on the profit for $25,000. A publisher offered a $100,000 advance for a book called How to Fail Successfully. And TED Talks wants me to give a speech. I failed my way into success again. We had a family meeting. After expenses, I've made over $120,000 in 5 days by being a total incompetent. It's the most American thing Stewie has ever seen. Meg, in a moment of shocking clarity, said I should just lean into it. Chris suggested I become a failure consultant. Genius. So here's the wrap-up for day 5. It was a complete disaster. I lost nearly $20,000 trying to run stores. But I made $125,000 from book deals and speaking gigs about that failure. My net profit for the day is over $100,000, bringing my running total to almost $165,000. So here is the new plan for day 6. I am going to teach people how to fail, just like me. I'm launching failure coaching. Worst case scenario, I fail at teaching failure, which means I succeed at failing, which means I win. It makes no sense, and that's my brand. Thanks for watching, you beautiful disasters. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss day 6, when I officially become a professional failure. See you then.